You're lovely, aren't you?
Oh.
You're lovely. Good morning. Welcome back to the Peak District in Derbyshire. As you've probably gathered by now, we're in the village of Sheldon. Now today's walk should take us from here, the top of the village. I'll show you the direction that we're heading in. Heading in this direction, down the road, out to the top of the Sheldon village. Hopefully there's a footpath down here somewhere. Apparently there is. We're going to work our way to the famous Magpie Mine. So let's get cracking. Well, I think I've found the footpath just over here on the right, but before we go any further, I'll just show you the view because it's quite impressive from up here. That's a high stile. At least you get a good view from up here. Okay, so this is the start of the walk. You can probably just see the stile that we've come over. And in fact, I don't know if you can see it on camera, there's the Magpie Mine that we're heading towards. But before that, we'll do a bit of a round walk in this direction. Perhaps work our way around, don't know to be honest, towards Magpie Mine. Let's see what we can discover. I don't know if you can hear me back because of the wind, but as you can see into the next field where we're about to go, the farmer's actually muck spreading, so this will be fun. Okay, so I'm just looking back the way we've come from Sheldon in the distance. I just took this moment to have a quick chat because the wind's dropped, because I think it's going to be rather noisy on the camera today. Nonetheless, it's a lovely view. Okay, so we've crossed the majority of fields from Sheldon, which is there. We've just finished doing that, and we're going to head up this track, see what awaits. Okay, so we've just come up the rather rough, steep track. We've crossed a B road just there, and now we're joining this rather lovely grassy path. Do you know, dare I say it, but I think I prefer the white peak as opposed to the dark peak of the Peak District. I shouldn't really say that living in Derbyshire, but I don't know, there's something about the white peak that I think I prefer it. Is it because of the light coloured walls as opposed to the dark? I don't know. What do you think? Enough waffling, let's get walking. Excellent spot for a cup of tea. Look what I found. Stove's on, tea's on. This is for you, Ben. Right, as always, leave no trace, take your litter home with you. You may not see it on camera, but just through that gate up there where we've just had our 11s, nice cup of tea, just walk down the edge of this field and across here and work our way towards Monyash. Now that's a stile with a view. Starting to descend across the last of these few fields. Just see Monyash, the village in the bottom there. Next up, Monyash. Last of the fields that we've walked down from up there, and now one last field before we head into Monyash village. So when we get to Monyash village, I'll give you a look round. Entering the village of Monyash. Centre of Monyash. Monyash village pond. Wonderful. Including duck eggs. Okay, smile. You smiling? Oh, how very funny it is. Got nothing to eat. We didn't even bring any apples today. Anyway, we've got to go, so we'll see you. See you later. We're just leaving Monyash village. So that's the last view of Monyash village before we continue our walk towards Magpie Mine. Unfortunately, sorry about that, the weather has somewhat turned. Not long after leaving Monyash, this is what we ended up with. It just goes to prove that you can never be too sure what you're going to get in Derbyshire. It's a good job we kitted up for it. So, there might not be much for camera for the next, well, how long this lasts. I'll bring you back. Well, this is a classic example of why you should always have all the kit with you whenever you come hiking out in Derbyshire, because at any point, a bit of good news that way, but as you can see at the moment it's snowing. Brilliant. It's not looking particularly good that way either. Thankfully we're not going that way. Well, would you believe it? I just said we were actually got caught in a snowstorm, hailstorm, and then literally minutes later it stopped, and now look. It's as if nothing had happened. Thankfully the blue sky is moving in our direction, thankfully, but you can see the storm that we've just had heading, looking rather ominous that way, but thankfully we've got the views back, but we're no worse for it. Right, let's crack on to Magpie Mine, which, now you can see it, I'll show you. If you can see it over there, Magpie Mine, which is where we're heading to, which hopefully will be our lunch stop, so fingers crossed, no more rain. Well, the sun's back out again, we've dried off. Sun's back out, and we've got the views back. You can still see what's left of the storm that we had over there, but now we're heading this way. You can probably just see it on the camera over there, Magpie Mine, which is our next port of call, so I'll bring you back when we get to Magpie Mine. Just passed through the wood, and you can probably just see Magpie Mine now. Next up, lunch at Magpie Mine. looks a bit like those tin mines in Cornwall, but then again you'd be right, because the design of this particular mine, the Magpie Mine, was actually based on those very same mines. And the rain joins us again. Fabulous. Well, before the rains do set in, let's have a quick look round. Have a look at this. This is quite interesting. Wow, you could be forgiven for thinking you were in Cornwall here. One last look at Magpie Mine in the distance there, and the terrain that we've covered earlier. And now we'll work our way back across yet more fields. Wonderful view though. Back along this grass track, walled grass track, towards Sheldon presumably. Catch you in a minute. Okay, so we've just come to the end of the walk. We're just about to enter back into the village of Sheldon. It's been a rather an interesting walk, especially from a weather point of view. But hopefully if you like this walk, remember to like, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. But we're going to make our way down past these rather salubrious looking farm buildings, and hopefully it'll pop out somewhere in the village where the cars park. So until next time, see you.